right, well, the cards are now all on the table. Season 3 is officially fully revealed. Today we're taking a look at multiplayer and zombies content to complement the Warzone content we saw revealed yesterday. So drop your thoughts, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6 and more, but let's get into it. For multiplayer, let's start there. For multiplayer, we have new maps, modes, weapons, streaks, perks, all that good stuff. Starting with the maps, we have at launch 3 maps in total, 2 of which are 6v6 specific, 1 of which is a strike map. Barrage is a new core 6v6 medium-sized map here. This one's set in Vietnam. Whenever we look at these overviews here, honestly, I can't help but get the vibes of Deprogram from Black Ops Cold War out of this, but you have that sniper perch, you have a bunch of different barracks, and a bunch of different pathways that look to complement close quarters engagements, mixed also with some medium range engagements. Nomad is a strike map for 6v6 and 2v2, so you can play either gunfight or, again, strike combat, where it's a lot more high-paced action. But this is a small-sized map where the Pantheon moles are in Afghanistan. This one seems like it comes right out of the Black Ops 6 campaign with the sort of open-world mission in Afghanistan, but looks like a fun one no less. And then at launch, the final map we'll have is Firing Range, a remaster here, 6v6 medium-style map that I'm sure you've probably played before at some point. This is one of the most remastered maps in COD history, so it is something that you're probably familiar with, but excited to play on that one again. But that said, coming in mid-season here at the Season Reloaded update, we'll have Haven, which is a 6v6 medium-sized map. This one takes place in a KGB safe house. Though, honestly, it does remind me a lot of the mission End of the Line from Cold War, if you guys remember that, where you're storming the palace in Cuba, but obviously that is an opposite end of the planet for this, so just the sort of castle design reminds me of that, but looks like it has a bit more open space, but also that interior of the building and the courtyards do look like it's suited for close quarters combat as well. Signal is going to be a new 6v6 or 2v2 style map, a strike map, again, that you can play face off, or you can end up playing gunfight with. But this one actually looks really cool to me in terms of aesthetic. Also, it has an underwater hallway for a flank route, so I'm sure that'll be an interesting one here. And then Blaze Town is just going to be something that is 6v6 Nuketown, but just with a 420 theme. But that's your maps you end up seeing in Season 2 here, both at launch and in mid-season. For the modes we have, Sharpshooter and Demolition are both returning. 2 classics that are a lot of fun, I personally think. Sharpshooter, for those unaware, it is everybody has the same loadout, but weapons change every 45 seconds. But additionally, to add a little bit more flair to it, if you guys remember way back in the day, you also got perks for first, second, third, and fourth kill streaks up until, well, you had double points. For this, you have a first elimination bonus of increased movement speed, second elim bonus of increased reload speed, third elim bonus of an increased sprint recovery speed, fourth elim bonus of increased ADS speed, and a fifth elimination bonus grants you double score for eliminating enemies. Demolition will be coming in the launch window, so not necessarily at launch, but shortly thereafter, where you have attacking and defending sides, defending or attacking 2 bombs. Attackers have to destroy both bomb sites to win. Destroying one will grant you a time extension, but you still have to destroy both to end up winning the round. This is a classic that's only come back a handful of times in recent years. Bummer about that, but happy to see it return once again. And then joint operations in season will be a new mosh pit of variations here of Head Stash, which is TDM, Inhalation, which is Domination, Hotbox, which is Hardpoint, Very High Target, which is HVT, and Munchies, which is Kill Confirmed, where it's going to be those game modes, but cycling with game effects like double health, low gravity, visual hallucinations, and third-person play. Beyond that, you also will see new streaks and perks introduced within Season 3. The Death Machine is going to be an event reward that is going to cost 825 score in-game, and it's your heavy minigun with a fast fire rate, super high damage, all that kind of stuff that you've probably been used to before. Close Shave is a perk 1 Enforcer perk that will automatically use your dedicated melee attack when you perform a weapon butt attack. So simply tap your melee button to attack, and if this sounds odd, it's because, well, this is how it was way back in the day. This is something before the gun butting became a thing. You always did swap to your dedicated melee. And then Vendetta will be a mid-season event reward, which is a perk 2 recon perk, where on respawn it will mark your killer's last known position for a short duration. You'll also get a bonus score for eliminating that enemy. The Vigilance perk, however, does counter being marked by Vendetta, so just bear that in mind. Weaponry, we learned of a couple yesterday, but we learned of even more today. We, of course, have the Kilo 141, that classic rifle for Modern Warfare 2019 and the OG Warzone experience. That's going to be your login bonus here for April 2nd. The CR56 AMAX and the HDR are both available within the Battle Pass, and the Kali sticks are going to be an event reward here with the launch of Verdansk returning. But in season, you'll have the Landra SMG, which reminds me of the Spectre from Black Ops, which would be a huge throwback here for that. And then the nail gun, which is something we've seen before in Treyarch titles, but is returning for Black Ops 6. We will have special weapon attachments here with this, where you're going to have a couple that actually do mimic a bit of what we had with OG Warzone and the Verdansk era. You have the monolithic suppressor coming. That, of course, being the staple of basically all Modern Warfare 2019 weapon builds back in the day. The SWAT 5.56 Grau conversion, turning the SWAT into the beloved Grau. Whether or not it lives up to the hype or expectations, we don't know. The C9 10mm auto 30-round mag is going to be that same caliber conversion that you saw in Modern Warfare 2019's MP5 that offered more damage. And then the Goblin Mark II 7.62 mini rocket conversion doesn't adhere to any of those of what we see in terms of like flashbacks to Warzone Verdansk, but rather instead reminds me of the S6 Stingray from Black Ops 4, this being something that will fire explosive rounds. So that'll be interesting. Beyond that, we have new features coming in the way of weaponry and camos, where you have base blueprint swapping. This, you're now able to customize any Black Ops 6 base weapon or weapon blueprint with a skin you've unlocked or purchased across multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. So this is something that if you have a build, you can just apply those effects of the blueprint underneath the build, and you don't have to reconfigure it after equipping the blueprint. So saves a bit of time in terms of builds and throwing on skins for what you'd like. But this was something that was actually there after Season 1, which was then promptly removed. It was strange to see that just removed with no sort of mention of it, but cool to see it's finally back and actually working now at this point. The Camo Hub is going to be in the launch window, which is going to be available in your barracks and challenge menu, which will allow you to view the challenges you need to complete for unlocking weapon camos in a single location. So instead of having to go across whatever weapon and going into the camo selection there, you can just view everything all in one location. For multiplayer, rounding things out, we have Operators of Hudson and Mace as your Battle Pass operators here. Rose is going to be back as R0Z3, but as the Black Cell operator. So, yeah, you remember those visual impairments that the Rose skin ended up causing where you couldn't see them in the shadows of maps? Well, they're putting a $30 paywall on that now, so that's a choice. We're also going to see John Black Ops, the meme of Black Ops here at this, where that's going to be an event reward operator for those that own Black Ops 6 in season, and then we'll have Jay and Silent Bob also announced as bundle operators and collaborations there. Ranked play, you're going to see new camos coming with the season and a new 10-win blueprint. All of those actually look pretty solid, if I'm honest with you. And then gameplay changes of retroactive SR adjustments for those that may encounter cheaters, and a rejoin in progress option for those that may crash out of their game. So some nice adjustments here, I think, for all of that. But zombies, moving along, we had the Shattered Veil trailer that showcased a bit of the map itself and a bit of what to expect. It was a cool little trailer, got me excited. I'm looking forward to jumping into this. But beyond that, we know that Double Tap returns, which is the first time it's returned in nearly a decade. But this will dramatically increase your weapon's fire rate and allow you to chew through the hordes of enemies and even inflict double damage in some instances. This will also be available on the Tomb, Citadel de Mor, Liberty Falls, and Terminus maps through the Der Wonderfizz machine. So while it won't get its own perk machine in those maps retroactively, you still will be able to use that in prior maps if you're grinding, say, weapon camos on a specific map that you like or something like that. The Raygun Mark II and Wunderwaffe DG2 will both return, so 2 Wonder weapons here, which is definitely cool. The Cranked LTM returns, where, as prior iterations of Cranked have dictated, of course, you have that Cranked timer that starts when the first enemy is eliminated. While the timer's going, essence earned by eliminating zombies is increased compared to the standard and directed modes version, and the main quests and Easter eggs are enabled here on this if you really want to test yourself. Frost Blast is a new field upgrade that's coming in season. Zombie Snacks is an LTM coming in season, and we also have new Gobblegums of Tactical Diffusion, which will disable the next nuke power-up explosion you activate, but instead of activating that, it gives everyone 2,000 essence instead of, I think it's, what, the normal couple hundred? I think it's like 500 or something like that. Support Group will allow you to gobble up the Gobblegum to acquire an RCXD, Mangler Cannon, Sentry Gun, and Mutant Injection support items. And then Die Pitched is a whimsical Gobblegum that will have zombies featuring high-pitched voices that will last 3 minutes. So that one, Might be a bit annoying, but it'll be a gobble gum no less. Then finally, to round up what we learned about here for Season 3 and the multiplayer and zombie side of things here, we have the events, where you have the Return to Verdansk, which is Warzone only from April 3rd to 15th. That, of course, being what we detailed yesterday. You can go around Verdansk looking for safes, and it will give you limited time loot, and of course, allow you to collect things as part of the event completion. And then beyond that, you have Black Ops Tribute, which is for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone from April 17th to May 1st. This is going to be going through some legendary Black Ops history, it says, where this is going to be an XP-based event where all you have to do is just simply play the game and you'll end up earning this stuff. But that said, that's all for right now before mid-season. Events and other things will be detailed ahead of the mid-season update, but for now, that's where we're at. That's Season 3 and everything that was revealed and everything that looks to be coming for the multiplayer and zombie side of things. Again, of course, a huge focus here for Season 3 is that of Warzone, which we already detailed in yesterday's reveal. But that said, that's going to wrap it up. So let me know your thoughts down below. What are you guys looking forward to here in regards to Black Ops 6 Season 3? Anything in particular you're looking forward to grinding out? Whatever the case, let me know. If you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6, Season 3, and more FPS content. I'd love to have in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.